Welcome to our summary of Blue Ocean Strategy by Renée Mauborgne and W. Kim. This book explores how to move beyond the intense competition in crowded markets, which the authors call red oceans, and into the wide-open possibilities of blue oceans. Instead of fighting for a share of the existing market, they show how you can break away from the competition entirely by creating new demand in areas that haven't been touched yet. In these blue oceans, the rules change, allowing companies to grow and make profits without constantly battling for market share. Blue oceans are new, untapped markets where companies create demand instead of fighting for it. These markets have little to no competition and are full of growth opportunities. The key to entering these markets is through value innovation, which means creating products or services that offer great value while keeping costs low. This approach makes competitors less important because it opens up new demand. As the world becomes more connected and technology advances, the old ways of competing become less effective. The book shows that the future of business is about finding new markets instead of just improving in existing ones. It's not about making small changes. It's about making a big leap in value for both the company and its customers. In Chapter 1, the authors explain why businesses need to explore these new, uncontested markets, known as blue oceans. Unlike the tough competition in crowded markets, or red oceans, blue oceans offer fresh chances for growth. To explain this idea, the chapter shares the story of Cirque du Soleil, a Canadian entertainment company that didn't just enter the circus industry, they changed it. By combining theater with traditional circus acts and appealing to a broader audience, Cirque du Soleil didn't just compete in an existing market, they created a completely new one. This is the essence of blue ocean strategy. The chapter explains that blue oceans are full of potential for making money and growing. Creating these spaces isn't a one-time thing. It's a strategy you can use again and again. Many industries have been changed by companies that dared to think differently. This kind of market creation drives long-term economic growth. The book also challenges the usual way of thinking about strategy, which often focuses on beating competitors. Instead, it suggests that success comes from making strategic moves, important actions and decisions that open up new markets. This approach encourages leaders to look beyond traditional boundaries and think about the bigger impact of their strategies. A helpful tool introduced in this chapter is the Eliminate, Reduce, Raise, Create (ERRC) grid. This framework helps companies break away from the usual trade-offs between value and cost. It shows how businesses can stand out and keep costs low at the same time, changing the rules of competition. The chapter ends by outlining 3 key traits of a successful blue ocean strategy: focus, divergence, and a strong tagline. A focused strategy zeroes in on what really matters. Divergence sets the business apart from others, and a strong tagline ensures the strategy is clear and appealing to the market. Chapter 2 digs deeper into the tools and methods businesses can use to find and create new market opportunities. It highlights the importance of having a clear and practical strategy that not only reduces risks, but also helps businesses tap into new, unexplored markets. These tools are designed to help companies better understand their competitive environment, spot potential new opportunities, and plan a path to profitable growth. One of the main tools introduced is the Strategy Canvas. This visual tool shows the key factors that companies compete on within an industry and how they perform in those areas. By mapping out these value curves for different competitors, businesses can see where their strategies align with or differ from others, making it easier to spot areas for innovation. The Strategy Canvas encourages companies to stop focusing only on beating competitors and instead look for new opportunities and customers that others might be overlooking. The chapter also introduces the 4 actions framework, which challenges businesses to rethink how they compete. It asks them to consider what factors should be eliminated, which should be reduced, what should be raised, and what new elements could be introduced to create value. This approach helps businesses break free from the usual trade-offs between offering high value and keeping costs low, guiding them toward a strategy that achieves both. To make this approach easier to use, the Eliminate, Reduce, Raise, Create (ERRC) grid is introduced. This simple tool helps businesses put the 4 actions framework into practice, aligning their strategies to achieve both uniqueness and low cost, ensuring their innovations are not only different, but also affordable. The chapter also explains how to read and understand the value curves on the strategy canvas. The shape and direction of these curves give important insights into a company's strategic focus and its ability to shake up the market. A strong blue ocean strategy is often shown by a value curve that is focused, stands out from the competition, and is supported by a clear and attractive message that connects with the target market. As the chapter continues, it introduces the Pioneer Migrator Settler (PMS) map, another tool that helps businesses assess their products or services based on their market position and potential for growth. This map groups offerings into 3 categories: pioneers, which create new markets and offer something truly unique; migrators, which improve on existing products but stay within known markets; and settlers, which stick closely to industry norms and face tough competition in crowded markets. By using the PMS map, companies can visually see where their current and future products stand and how diverse their portfolio is. This tool is especially helpful for spotting where new ideas and innovation are needed most, pushing more products into the pioneer category. This shift is crucial for creating new blue oceans and ensuring long-term success. Chapter 2, in summary, gives businesses a set of practical tools and strategies, including the PMS map, to help them move away from crowded markets and toward new, untapped opportunities. These tools encourage businesses to think strategically and creatively, helping them break away from traditional competition and discover new areas for growth and success. Chapter 3 introduces a strategic tool called the 6 Paths Framework. This tool helps businesses step out of their usual way of thinking and find new, untapped market spaces, what the authors call blue oceans. It encourages companies to look beyond the obvious and find creative ways to create value in new areas. The first idea in this framework is to look across different industries, not just at direct competitors. For example, NetJets combined the cost savings of commercial airlines with the convenience of private jets to offer a new service: fractional jet ownership. This innovation opened up a completely new market. The framework also suggests looking at different groups within an industry. This means understanding why customers might choose to pay more or less for a product. Curves, a women's fitness company, did this by combining the low cost of home workouts with the social environment of gyms, creating a new market for affordable fitness. Another path is to consider everyone involved in the buying process, not just the end user. Novo Nordisk did this by shifting their focus from doctors to directly helping diabetes patients. They created the Novo Pen, which made insulin delivery easier and more user-friendly. The fourth idea is to look at products or services that complement what you offer. By thinking about the whole customer experience, companies can find ways to add more value. Nabi, for instance, made buses that were not only durable, but also cheaper and easier to maintain, improving the overall experience for both cities and passengers. The framework also suggests changing the focus between functional and emotional appeal. Industries often stick to one, but switching can open up new opportunities. QB House in Japan turned haircuts from an emotional luxury into a quick, practical service, creating a new market for no-frills barber services. Finally, the framework advises looking across time by understanding trends that will shape future markets. Apple's iTunes is a great example. It transformed the music industry by creating a simple, legal way to download music, aligning with the shift to digital. Chapter 3 shows how the 6 Paths framework gives businesses a structured way to explore and capture new markets. By thinking beyond traditional competition and reimagining how value is created, companies can find new opportunities for growth and success in blue oceans. Chapter 4 changes the focus to how companies plan their strategies and suggests a new, more creative way to do it. Instead of getting stuck in complicated numbers and small changes, the authors encourage using a visual approach that sparks new ideas and helps businesses find unexplored markets, blue oceans. This method focuses on seeing the bigger picture and helps companies create strategies that stand out from the usual industry practices. The chapter introduces a simple, four-step process to help businesses look beyond their current market and imagine new possibilities. The first step, called Visual Awakening, uses a tool called the Strategy Canvas. This tool helps companies see where they stand compared to their competitors and highlights areas where they can innovate. It's a way for the management team to get on the same page about what's working and what needs to change. Next comes Visual Exploration, where teams go out into the field to talk directly with customers, non-customers, and users of competing products. This step is important because it helps challenge old assumptions and uncover real insights into what customers need and want. After gathering these insights, the teams move on to the Visual Strategy Fair. Here, they present their new ideas, shown through updated strategy canvases, to a group that includes outside stakeholders. This stage is crucial because it allows the teams to test their ideas in a setting that mimics the market, getting feedback to make sure the strategies are practical and realistic. Once a strategy is chosen, the next step is visual communication. The strategy is shared across the entire organization in a clear and simple way, making sure everyone, from top leaders to frontline workers, understands the new direction. This step is key to making sure everyone is working together towards the same goals. The chapter also points out the importance of sharing these visual strategies within the company. Different business units can show their strategy canvases to each other and to senior leaders. This practice helps everyone understand the company's overall strategy, share good ideas, and find new opportunities across different parts of the business. The authors also bring back the Pioneer Migrator Settler, PMS map, a tool that helps companies see how their different products or services are performing. This map helps businesses figure out whether their products are leading the way in new markets, improving within existing markets, or just staying the same in crowded markets. By knowing where each product stands, companies can focus their efforts on the most promising areas. Chapter 4 encourages companies to rethink how they plan their strategies by using visual tools and creative thinking. It's about more than just making plans. It's about truly imagining what the future could look like and finding new markets to explore. As the chapter wraps up, the book highlights the big benefits of using a visual and collaborative approach to planning. This method helps companies see the bigger picture, challenge old ideas, and focus on creating real value. By adopting this approach, businesses can move beyond crowded markets and find new paths to growth and success in the blue oceans the authors describe. Chapter 5 shifts the focus from the usual business strategy of targeting existing customers to a new approach, focusing on non-customers, people who haven't yet engaged with the industry's products or services. The authors argue that real growth and new market spaces can be found by understanding and addressing the needs of these non-customers. Instead of dividing people into segments, the goal is to find what unites them and create new opportunities based on those common needs. The chapter explains that non-customers can be grouped into 3 levels, depending on how close they are to the current market. The first level includes people who are somewhat involved in the market but are not fully satisfied with what's offered. For example, Pret-A Manger saw that busy professionals wanted quick, healthy, and affordable meals. By meeting these needs, they created a new market within the fast food industry. The second level includes people who have rejected the industry's offerings because they find them either not good enough or too expensive. J.C. Decaux reached this group by offering free street furniture to cities in exchange for the right to place advertisements on it. This approach overcame traditional barriers in outdoor advertising and brought in a new market that was previously out of reach. The third level includes those who have never even considered the industry's products or services as an option. A good example is the Joint Strike Fighter program, which brought together the different needs of various military branches into one solution, creating a new market by combining these separate customer groups. The chapter concludes by advising businesses to focus on the group of non-customers that offers the biggest and easiest new market to reach. The authors stress the importance of finding what connects non-customers with current customers. By looking beyond existing demand and breaking down traditional market segments, businesses can discover new areas for growth and create markets that were previously untapped. This approach not only expands the customer base, but also sets the stage for strong market leadership. In Chapter 6, the authors lay out a detailed plan to help businesses make their blue ocean strategies successful. They explain the need to follow a specific order, starting with buyer utility, then setting the right price, managing costs, and finally ensuring the strategy is adopted. Each step is carefully checked to increase the chances of success, creating a business model that is not only innovative and customer-friendly, but also financially sound. The process starts with buyer utility, which is all about offering real value to customers. The authors introduce the Buyer Utility Map, a tool that helps businesses look at the entire customer experience, from buying to using and even getting rid of a product. This map helps companies find ways to make the experience better by focusing on things like making the product easier to use, more convenient, or even more fun. The goal is to solve real problems for customers and offer them something far better than what's currently available. Next is strategic pricing, which is about setting a price that will attract many customers while also keeping competitors at bay. The authors talk about finding a price range that appeals to the largest group of potential customers. They also consider things like patent protection and exclusive rights to strengthen market share and profits. The idea is to set a price that makes customers choose your product over others. The third part is target costing, which focuses on making sure the business can stay profitable. The authors suggest a method where you first decide the price and then figure out how much it will cost to make the product, ensuring there's room for profit. This encourages companies to find new ways to keep costs down while still delivering value. This could involve making operations more efficient, partnering with other companies to save money, or coming up with new pricing strategies. The final step is adoption, which means getting everyone on board with the new strategy. This includes employees, business partners, and even the general public. Clear communication and setting the right expectations are key to getting people to support and smoothly implement the new strategy. The chapter wraps up with the Blue Ocean Idea Index, a tool that helps companies check if their ideas are likely to succeed. This index helps businesses figure out what's strong and what needs work in their strategies, so they can make the necessary adjustments to improve their chances. Chapter 6 provides a clear and practical guide for businesses to build successful blue ocean strategies. By following the steps in the strategic sequence and using the tools provided, companies can increase their chances of creating strategies that are not only innovative and appealing to customers, but also financially sustainable. In Chapter 7, the focus shifts to the challenges of turning a well-planned strategy into reality, especially when it's a big change from the usual way of doing things. This chapter is important because it looks at the obstacles businesses face when trying to put blue ocean strategies into action, which can significantly change the direction of the company. The authors point out 4 major challenges that need to be overcome for a strategy to work. The first is the cognitive hurdle, where the challenge is to change the way people in the company think. Employees who are used to the current strategy might be unsure about the new direction because it feels unfamiliar and risky. The task here is to help shift this mindset by clearly explaining why the change is necessary and how it will benefit the company. Next comes the challenge of dealing with limited resources. Implementing a blue ocean strategy often requires a lot of time, money, and people. Companies might find themselves short on resources, especially during tough times or when they're going through changes. The key is to manage what you have wisely and creatively, making sure the strategy can still move forward even when resources are tight. Another big challenge is keeping everyone motivated. It's really important to get all team members on board and fully committed to the new strategy. This means clearing up any doubts they might have and building a strong sense of ownership and excitement for the new direction. Good leadership and clear communication are essential to keep everyone motivated and working towards the same goals. The last hurdle is dealing with the internal politics within the organization. A shift to a blue ocean strategy can upset the existing power dynamics and threaten established interests, both inside and outside the company. This can lead to resistance, political maneuvering, or even sabotage. Leaders need to skillfully manage these challenges by building alliances and addressing stakeholder concerns to smooth the way for the new strategy. To tackle these challenges, the author suggests using something called tipping point leadership. This approach challenges the idea that big changes need big resources. Instead, it focuses on finding and using key elements within the organization that can make a big impact with minimal resources. By targeting these critical areas, leaders can drive change effectively and overcome obstacles to implementing the strategy. This method not only helps in overcoming the various hurdles, but also ensures that blue ocean strategies are successfully adopted and put into action, setting the stage for continued growth and innovation. Chapter 7 offers valuable insights into turning strategic ideas into reality, guiding organizations through the execution phase and paving the way for long-term success. In this chapter, the focus shifts to practical strategies for overcoming the 4 main hurdles that can block the execution of a blue ocean strategy. Each of these challenges requires specific tactics to make sure the new ideas are successfully put into practice. Breaking through the cognitive hurdle means creating a sense of urgency and a clear need for change within the organization. Leaders can do this by exposing employees to critical issues or having them interact directly with unhappy customers. These experiences make the need for change clear, helping to break down resistance and show why innovation is necessary. When resources are limited, the strategy should focus on making the most of what's already available. Leaders should reallocate resources, moving them from areas with little impact to those with high potential for success. Strategic resource swaps between departments can also fill gaps, enabling the strategy to move forward without needing additional inputs. Motivating the team is essential for getting everyone to embrace the new strategy. This can be done by empowering key influencers within the organization who can lead by example. Making their actions visible to everyone promotes accountability and commitment. Breaking down the strategy into smaller, manageable goals helps individuals see how they can contribute, boosting their engagement and sense of ownership. Dealing with internal politics is also crucial. Leaders need to identify allies who will benefit from the change and address those who might resist it. Seeking advice from a politically savvy insider can help foresee and smooth potential obstacles. Building a broad base of support and proactively addressing concerns helps reduce resistance and ensures the strategy moves forward smoothly. In summary, Chapter 7 provides a straightforward approach to overcoming the common barriers to executing a strategy. By using tipping point leadership and focusing on key areas of influence, leaders can make big changes effectively, even with limited resources. This approach not only helps roll out blue ocean strategies successfully, but also supports sustainable growth and profitability, helping organizations overcome challenges with confidence. Chapter 8 emphasizes that successfully executing a strategy requires more than just overcoming obstacles. It needs the commitment and participation of everyone in the company, from the top leaders to the frontline workers. The chapter stresses the importance of building execution into the strategy from the start, which helps create a culture of trust and teamwork. This is especially important for blue ocean strategies, where big changes can cause worry and resistance among employees. To help with these challenges, the authors introduce the idea of fair process. Fair process is about making sure everyone feels involved, informed, and clear about their role. It has three main parts: engagement, explanation, and setting clear expectations. Engagement means getting employees involved in decision-making, letting them share their ideas and concerns. This helps them feel more invested in the outcome. Explanation is about leaders clearly explaining why decisions are made, which builds trust even if the final decision isn't what everyone wanted. Clear expectations involve making sure everyone knows exactly what is expected of them in the new strategy. When fair process is used consistently, it can greatly increase trust, commitment, and cooperation among employees. The chapter provides an example of two plants in the same company. One plant succeeded in making a big change by following fair process, while the other plant, which did not use these principles, faced distrust and resistance. The importance of fair process also extends to working with external partners and the public. By being open, explaining decisions clearly, and addressing concerns up front, companies can build support for their blue ocean strategies from outside the organization as well. This makes it more likely that these strategies will succeed. In summary, Chapter 8 shows that using fair process in strategy execution is about more than just getting people to follow orders. It's about unlocking the full potential of the people in the organization to achieve lasting growth and success. By creating a shared purpose and empowering everyone to contribute, companies can effectively implement their blue ocean strategies, turning potential resistance into strong support and enabling real change. In Chapter 9, the focus shifts to the idea of strategic alignment, which is about making sure that the three main parts of a strategy, the value proposition, the profit proposition, and the people proposition, work together smoothly. The value proposition is about offering something that not only meets customers' needs, but also sets the company apart from its competitors. The profit proposition ensures that the strategy is financially sustainable, balancing the need to keep prices affordable for customers while still making a profit for the company. The people proposition focuses on engaging and motivating everyone involved in carrying out the strategy so that they work together effectively and with commitment. For a strategy to succeed and last, these three propositions need to be not only strong on their own, but also well aligned, meaning they support and enhance each other. The chapter compares the alignment needed in traditional strategies, which often force companies to choose between being different or being low cost, with the alignment needed in blue ocean strategies. In blue ocean strategies, companies need to achieve both differentiation and low cost at the same time. This means the value proposition must offer unique benefits. The profit proposition must ensure profitability even with lower costs. And the people proposition must inspire everyone involved to work towards achieving both goals. Comic Relief, a UK charity, is a great example of how getting everything aligned can lead to success. They made fundraising fun and engaging, which was different from the usual serious approach. This unique value attracted a wide range of donors. To boost their profit proposition, they partnered with retail stores and used volunteers, which kept costs low while increasing donations. At the same time, they created a positive and rewarding environment for everyone involved, which helped strengthen the overall strategy. This shows how aligning value, profit, and people can create a strong and lasting support system. On the flip side, the story of the Tata Nano shows what can happen when things aren't aligned. The Nano was an innovative, low-cost car meant for the Indian market. It had strong value and profit propositions, but it failed in the people area. The company didn't get the support of the local community for its factory, leading to major problems. This example highlights that even a great strategy can struggle if all parts aren't working together. Chapter 9 emphasizes that to succeed, it's not enough for the value, profit, and people parts of a strategy to be strong on their own. They need to be connected and support each other. When these elements work well together, companies can create strategies that are hard to copy and offer lasting benefits. This kind of holistic approach is crucial for companies to succeed in today's competitive and ever-changing markets. Chapter 10 shifts the focus to the need for companies to keep innovating and refreshing their strategies to stay successful over the long term. As other businesses notice a successful blue ocean strategy, they'll try to copy it, making it necessary for the original company to keep moving forward and adapting. The chapter talks about several things that can initially protect a blue ocean strategy from being copied. One is the value-cost trade-off, where a company manages to offer something unique while keeping costs low. This combination makes it hard for competitors to catch up because it's not just about the product, it's about how the whole business is set up. Other factors that help protect a strategy include the complexity of the idea, which can confuse competitors, and internal issues in other companies, like resistance to change, which can slow them down. A strong brand can also create customer loyalty, making it tough for competitors to steal those customers. Legal protections like patents and economic advantages, such as being the first to scale up, also help keep competitors at bay. However, these protections don't last forever. Success will eventually draw more competitors, leading to a more crowded market. This is why it's so important for companies to keep innovating and looking for new opportunities. The chapter stresses that businesses need to always be on the lookout for new blue oceans. As competition heats up and profits start to fall, what was once a blue ocean can turn into a red ocean. Companies need to keep innovating, even if their current strategy is still doing well, to stay ahead. For businesses with just one product or service, it's crucial to keep an eye on how their strategy is holding up against competitors. They should maximize the current blue ocean, but also be ready to innovate and explore new opportunities as competition increases. Chapter 10 makes it clear that creating a blue ocean isn't just a one-time thing. It's the beginning of an ongoing process of finding new opportunities and staying ahead in the market. Companies need to keep exploring new ideas and changing their strategies to stay relevant and strong in their industries. This chapter is a reminder that in today's fast-paced business world, the only constant is change, and a company's ability to keep adapting and innovating is its greatest strength. The chapter also talks about how important it is for companies, especially those with multiple business units, to renew their strategies regularly. It introduces a tool called the Pioneer Migrator Settler (PMS) map, which helps companies see how their different business units are evolving over time. By using this map, companies can track which units are pioneering new markets, which are improving existing offerings, and which are stuck in crowded, competitive markets. This helps companies figure out when and where they need to update their strategies on a larger scale. Keeping a good balance of pioneers, migrators, and settlers is key. This balance ensures that a company remains profitable now while also preparing for future growth. As the pioneers face more competition over time, it becomes crucial to start new blue ocean initiatives to keep the company growing and avoid getting stuck in old, crowded markets. In short, Chapter 10 stresses the need for companies to continuously create and sustain blue oceans. They need to stay alert and keep refreshing their strategies to perform well. By understanding the barriers that protect their ideas from being copied and keeping a close eye on their position in the market, companies can avoid getting caught up in tough competition and keep their leadership. This chapter provides useful tools and advice for both single business and multi-business companies, helping them manage the renewal process effectively. Companies are encouraged to always be on the lookout for new blue ocean opportunities, making sure they stay ahead in their industries as the business world keeps changing. Chapter 11 focuses on common myths that can prevent companies from successfully using a blue ocean strategy. These myths are often based on old ways of thinking and can mislead companies as they try to create new market spaces. By clearing up these misconceptions, the authors give companies a clearer path to effectively use the tools and methods of blue ocean strategy. One myth is that blue ocean strategy is all about meeting customer needs. While understanding customers is important, The real focus should be on non-customers, people who aren't currently buying what the company offers. By finding out why these people aren't in the market and meeting their unmet needs, companies can discover new demand. Another misunderstanding is that blue oceans can only be found by entering completely new industries. The authors point out that many opportunities exist within a company's current business areas, where market boundaries can be expanded or redefined to innovate from within. Some people also think that blue ocean strategy is all about using the latest technology, but it's not just about technology. The focus is on creating new value by aligning utility, price, and cost in ways that go beyond what's currently offered. The technology itself is less important than the value it creates. Another myth is that being first to market is crucial for success. Blue ocean strategy emphasizes getting the value proposition right rather than just being the fastest. What really matters is creating an offer that connects with customers, not just getting to the market first. The authors also explain that blue ocean strategy is different from traditional strategies that focus only on being either different from competitors or cutting costs. Instead of choosing one or the other, blue ocean strategy aims to achieve both, standing out from the competition while keeping costs low. Finally, some people think blue ocean strategy is just about cutting costs aggressively or focusing solely on innovation. In reality, it's about creating significant value for customers at a lower cost, not just innovating for the sake of it, but to open up new market spaces and demand. Blue ocean strategy is sometimes misunderstood as just a special marketing tactic or as a way to avoid competition completely. But the real idea is to create new markets where competition doesn't even matter. It's not just about being better than other companies in the same market. It's about finding a whole new space where there are no competitors. Another common mistake is thinking that blue ocean strategy is the same as disruptive innovation, where you replace old markets with new ones. But blue ocean strategy isn't about destroying old markets. It's about creating new ones that add to what's already out there. Chapter 11 clears up these misunderstandings, showing that blue ocean strategy is really about changing the market in a big way and finding new growth opportunities. It's not just about beating the competition, it's about finding new, untapped areas that lead to lasting success. The book wraps up by emphasizing how powerful blue ocean strategy can be in today's business world. The goal isn't to ignore competition, but to go beyond it by creating market spaces where competition doesn't matter anymore. This way of thinking helps companies stop fighting over the same customers and start creating new demand and opportunities that everyone can benefit from. A big part of this is what the authors call value innovation. This isn't just about being creative. It's about making something that's really valuable to both the company and the customer. This happens when a company aligns what customers need with smart pricing and cost management, making the product or service not just innovative, but also affordable and appealing. The book gives a clear framework for companies to follow to achieve this. It offers step-by-step methods and tools to help businesses move away from their competitors and discover new markets. These tools are designed to help companies find new ways to grow and make a profit that they might not have seen before. In their final thoughts, the authors stress that companies need to keep updating and adapting their strategies. Even the best blue ocean strategies will eventually face challenges like copycats and market changes. To stay on top, companies need to constantly look at their position, stay aware of changes in customer needs and technology, and be ready to innovate again to stay ahead. The conclusion of the book encourages businesses to adopt a mindset of continuous innovation and flexibility. It urges leaders to be proactive, challenge the status quo, and always look for new ways to create value. By embracing change and aiming to reshape their industries, companies can navigate the modern business world and achieve long-lasting success. This approach isn't just about getting ahead of the competition, it's about transforming industries and shaping the future of business. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more insightful book summaries and practical advice. Stay tuned for more content that can help you achieve your financial goals and personal growth. Thanks for watching.